Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I'm Ms. Tahira Barkat from Peshawar Model School, No.7. Today is our last lecture for the SVT for the month of May. In this lecture, we are going to do question number 9 and 10. And we have question number 9. It's a story. Create and complete a story from the given outline with a moral. First line is given, you have to complete the full story. The first two sentences are given. Once a crow and mouse were friends. The crow lived up on a tree while a mouse lived in a hole down there one day. There are ellipses after one day. It means that this is not completed. You have to complete the story, what happened next. So let's start and complete the story. We have this story about mouse and crow, so let me read it for you, and then you can copy it from here and write it in your English test copy for as SVT question number 9. Okay, let me tell you first that you can write your own story if you have any story regarding mouse and crow in your mind, but if you don't have, you can write it. This one, it's totally okay, but if you can write it in your own words, any story regarding mouse and crow, you can write it yourself, but make sure that the story is grammar mistake. There is no grammar mistakes or sentences mistakes in the story. So write it, but with complete correct words and sentences. So let's get started. Let me read the story for you. Once a crow and mouse were friends. The crow lived up on a tree while a mouse lived in a hole down there. One day the crow was very hungry. Flying over the tops of the trees, it saw a large walnut. The crow plucked the walnut and began to think about how to break the shell of the walnut. Mouse was equally hungry. It saw everything that had happened and thought of an idea. The mouse called up the crow. "Hello, crow, what's that in your beak?" The crow, without thinking, answered, "I have a very nice walnut and I am going to eat it." It was the plan of mouse, that it will ask from the crow that what is in your mouth, and when the crow will open its beak, the walnut will drop down and the mouse will grab it and it will eat it. But look what happened next. When the crow opened its mouth to say all that, the walnut dropped to the ground. The mouse grabbed it, but it fell it from his hand as well and rolled into the hole. The mouse ran to the hole. After trying several times, the mouse could not pull it out. Both became very sad. The mouse and the crow did not have a piece of walnut because of their greed. So what happened after that? When the mouse tried to grab the walnut, it also dropped from its hand and it fell into the hole, and the hole was so small that he couldn't take it out, he couldn't pull it out, and it remained in the hole. Both the crow and mouse did not have a piece of walnut, and they were still hungry because of the greed. So the moral lesson we got from this story is greed is a curse. Just if they had worked together and they had the walnut half, both would have a share of half. Both had would have a share half walnut half, so they couldn't became hungry. So whenever you have something, share it with your friend, then you will become then there will be no problem. And this is the story that was about mouse and crow. Then we have question number 10, and that is about, this is a composition, or create a composition by completing a paragraph. When there was a complete lockdown in our country, I spent. After spent, there is ellipses. These ellipses mean that something is incomplete. So here this is again incomplete. You have to complete it. We have this kind of composition in our previous month SVT. The last question was the same. You wrote about your lockdown, what you are doing in your free time. So here this is the same question. You just have to write a page about your activities you are doing in your lockdown. You can write everything you do in during the lockdown. You are at your home, there are several activities you are doing, so you can write anything about that. You can take help from your elders, write it first in your rough copy, do it yourself, and then get it checked from your elders, from your parents, then write it in your neat copy if it's mistake proof. So we have completed our May SVT, and we had 10 questions and we have completed them. I will come with the new video. Till then, Allah Hafiz.